Hey, what's up, everybody? You're watching a brand new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And on today's episode, we are covering episode 3 of Wandavison. And joining me, as always, are my co-hosts, Rebellious D and Trav. What is good with you guys tonight? And also joining us is actor and friend of the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, Renes Rivera. See, Trav, I said it right. I didn't say Renes.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Renes, thanks for joining us again. Like I said, you're a friend of the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, and we're always happy to have you join us.
Absolutely, man. I love talking to you guys. It's fun, real,
Welcome
and
back.
nerdy in a good way. I love it. Yeah.
So before we go ahead and get into today's episode, everybody that's watching, make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment, and let us know what you think about the episode. And I feel like there's something else that I have to say. Oh yeah, make sure that you click on the bell so that way whenever we post a video, you can always be up to date with us. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's episode. So episode 3 of WandaVision came out, and I talked with this man, Trav. Trav hit me up in the middle of a workout session.
That's right, and I knew you were working out.
And he was just like, hey, have you watched episode 3 of WandaVision? I said, no, not yet. And I had a feeling that he was going to sit here and tell me it was not a good episode. And
I didn't tell you nothing.
No, you didn't tell me anything. You just said that it was meh. Like you weren't feeling it. You said that it was worse than episode 1. So
yeah, I forgot I told you that.
You did tell me that. So when I watched the episode, I'm up here in Maryland right now, and I'm staying with one of our former guests on the podcast, Mad Max Morrison. So we watched the episode together, and I was just like, man, Trav already said that it was bad. I don't know what I'm getting into. And when we were watching the episode, like starting off, it was kind of I wasn't feeling it. I was at least hoping that it was going to be a better episode, which it did get better towards the end of the episode.
Yeah.
But like just starting out, it's like I'm kind of tired of the whole sitcom thing because I get what they're trying to do, but it's like at the same time, it's like this is something that I don't want to see. And from what I've been seeing on social media from a lot of people aren't feeling the sitcom aspect that they're doing on the show. So I know that me, Trav, and D have already talked about this, but since we have you up here this week, Renes, like how do you feel about the sitcom aspect that they're doing on WandaVision?
I'm gonna be very honest. I love it. I love the show. I love how I've grown up on sitcoms. I love watching them. I watched them literally all the time. I binged them. It definitely had that feeling of when I was a kid. It was definitely like nostalgic. It reminded me of watching like Bewitched with my mom or something.
Yeah.
And the way it was written, it felt like a real sitcom from those times. And I was like, man, it's so cool. And there's so much into it. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry. Anyway,
we can keep on talking. We didn't.
Well, what the sitcom thing doesn't really like, it's not really a bad thing for me because I thought it was going to be terrible, and like I like the way it's being written. The reason I like it's because the entire time I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? And it has me watching every single time. Maybe there's like a hint here, a hint there. Maybe it's a puzzle I could put together before the series ends, and I like it because it's making me think, and I'm like, is that a cue? When this person said this, when this person did this, is this something that's connecting to, the universe, or is it just something like just Easter eggs,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I definitely agree with you on that. And I mean, like, we all grew up on sitcoms, and I love sitcoms too. It's just that I don't know, for this, like it just kind of feels weird. I will say that I get the whole sitcom premise that they're going with, because I mean, like, that's what comic books are supposed to be. They're supposed to be weird. They're supposed to make you think. And like how you said, if there are like cues that you're supposed to pick up on, which there were in this episode, and I will say that it does make you think every time that you are watching. But I don't know. It's just like this episode particularly. It's like I wasn't really feeling the sitcom vibe, but then it's like once it got past that towards the end, that's when I was really starting to enjoy the episode. Like I love it when it starts to get to the real world aspect of the show. Trav, question for you. Like, how did you feel about the transition from the 60s to now them being in the 70s?
Well, I mean, I grew up on the Brady Bunch. So, I mean, I like the Brady Bunch thing. I like how, they pay tribute to Mork and Mindy, where Robin Williams got his start.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with the sitcom stuff, and they execute it very well.
Yep.
Like, it's pretty on the money of everything they're, paying tribute to. I think my problem with the show is that I don't want to know I don't want to know specifically where we're going on vacation, but damn it, Dad, you got to tell me what state we going to. And that's the problem. They give you, I don't know where we're going at all, period.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I really, really, really have an issue with.
Okay. Same question for you, D.
Trav, just a little insight. I do know where they're going based on what's going on. And I think we're going towards Mephisto.
Right.
That's one. Because that has a lot to do with her and her children. That is the story. So I love the nostalgic feel it gives me, because I personally haven't sat down and watched sitcoms in, a long time,
Right.
And it takes you back. But I think I can be patient. You just got to be patient right now. They're not going to give you too much.
Yeah.
I think they're doing a good job of pacing it. They don't want to give it all to you, or else they could. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. And I mean, like you said, with the pacing and everything, it is a TV show, so they do have to take their time on everything. I don't know how many episodes we're going to be getting, but it's like, nine,
right? Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard 9.
Okay.
9 episodes. It's like you don't want to give away everything too fast. And D, the Mephisto theory that you just brought up, like I was just talking with my friend Max about that, and he brought that up too. Like,
as I said, we talked about that last week.
Yeah, but I mean, I gathered, not to cut you off, Banks, but I gathered that just from, just the trailers that, you see the kid, that's where, that's a huge part of their storyline is Mephisto.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's hard to not want to talk about it, but we want to pace ourselves as well, and go episode by episode. We don't want to jump ahead and stuff. So, but, yeah, that's all I got. Go ahead.
Another thing too, like I had said last week with the Hydra stuff, we saw another commercial in the show where they mentioned Hydra, and like I said, I really feel like that they're in Sokovia again, and it's Strucker's, I can't remember his first name, not Baron Strucker, whatever his first name is, but I feel like it's his kids, and like they have a hand in this. And I also enjoyed that they mentioned Quicksilver in the episode, and we see that Geraldine, she mentions Ultron killing him, and she's just like, well, what do you say? And like that's something that Becca had brought up last week, where she was talking about how Wanda, she knows what's going on in this world, and the people around know what's going on in this world, but Vision doesn't know what's going on because he is pretty much I feel like he's the only fake thing that's really in this world, because it's like once this world ends, Vision will disappear. And I like how he there's moments where he's becoming woke, and like he starts asking questions, and when he asks those questions, Wanda just rewinds time and he forgets stuff.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. This is Wanda's world, and everybody's living in it. Vision's not real and doesn't exist. So what's the point?
I feel like
what's the point of Vision questioning anyways? He doesn't even exist. He's not real.
Well, it's like I said, it's when he becomes woke, and like I also feel like,
but he doesn't exist. He's a figment of her imagination.
It could be a subconscious or subconscious. Yeah,
true.
I'm sorry.
I actually, Trav, to answer that real quick, Banks, I think that it's not necessarily Vision. I think this is Wanda with Wanda, and he could be a representation of her other subconscious, the good and bad. Like she wants so much to have what she wants, but it's not real, think that's what she's gonna have to come to terms with is herself. Like, hey, yeah, I gotta let this go at some point.
I also feel too that it's like the neighbors, like they keep on leaving breadcrumbs, so that
yeah.
so that way that Vision.
Yeah, they're trying to get him to know.
Yeah, because it's like I feel like in when the one neighbor, when he was trying to cut through the bricks with a chainsaw, I feel like there was symbolism there where it's like he's trying to escape, and for Vision to be like, well, you can't cut a brick with a chainsaw, like that doesn't even make any sense. And then also too, if you see the backgrounds and stuff, I'm really getting the Truman Show vibes right now when I watch this, where it's like everything around the area looks fake, but there are certain parts where it's just like these are real people, they are on the set and whatnot. And I believe that they want to escape, but they can't escape because if they were to say something like Geraldine did, they'll get kicked out of the program or the software, whatever they're in. Renes, question for you. How did you feel at the end of the episode where Wanda, she sees that Geraldine has the necklace on and it's a sword necklace? And now we see the real world. Like, how did you feel when you saw that? Like, what do you think is going to happen next? Because we saw that the real world does exist and Wanda and them are in the simulation.
Well, I think that Geraldine is like a spy, clearly. And I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted right now. Oh, okay. 1 second, guys. How you said? How do I think that Wanda and Vision are gonna? What was the question? The exact question.
It's like how do you feel about like seeing like the real world after Geraldine got kicked out and is back in the real world now? Like I wasn't expecting that we were gonna see something like that so soon. And, And for her to just be thrown back out, and then she was surrounded by everybody. I'm assuming sword. Right. Like they all had guns pulled on her and whatnot. Like,
no, they didn't have guns pulled on her. That's
guns,
that's one thing that I noticed. I didn't notice anything in their hands. They were just like lights on her.
They were
Okay, well, I thought that they were holding guns.
That's what triggered. Like I was like, oh, that means she's on their side because they're not threatened.
Yeah. Well, not even just that. You could tell that they're watching this go down. I mean, even from the first episode when they show the studio monitors. But now, this is taken. They're obviously in, what is it, Westworld?
Yeah.
Westview. Yeah. You see the Westview sign when she gets thrown.
Yeah.
Back into her reality. So they're in that city, even in the real world, quote unquote. And you could tell that they're trying to get Wanda out of her own head.
Yeah. They're trying to get her out of the simulation, and she doesn't want to come back into the real world. I mean, because I just saw an article on IGN today where the actress who played Geraldine, she said that this picks up right after Endgame. So I do want to know like what led to this, because it's like after Endgame we see Wanda, she's with Hawkeye and they're at Tony's funeral and whatnot, and it's like, how did she get into this simulation? And I
mean, because I'm like a fan of all this stuff, and I do the Instagrams and stuff, and I look at all of them, the Instagrams. And from what I read, I mean, it could be false. It's social media, you never know. And it's really focusing on her mental health, and I don't think she's like held anywhere. I think that she's just going crazy, and I think Sword is trying to help.
I mean, Sword's not Hydra. They're not an evil.
They're I mean, it's Jackson, it's Nick Fury. He's in charge of that at the time, So I think they're trying to help, and I think that's exciting, and then that's great, and that's why everyone's like so cool and fun. I think they're all maybe and they're all in on it, like somehow, so like Maybe they're all agents of Sword and just watching
Mhm.
her, making sure she's safe or something.
Yeah,
Well,
that makes-
and then that's where you get the Captain Marvel 2 connection,
Yep.
because we know she's going to be in Captain Marvel 2. That's
she
already been
becomes
confirmed.
Captain Marvel.
Who?
So
Wanda?
Geraldine. No,
No,
Geraldine.
Oh, Geraldine.
She's,
Yeah.
she's
So,
the little girl.
we
from
already
Captain
knew that
Marvel.
Wanda was going to be in Doctor Strange 2. And we
Mhm.
already knew that she's going to be a cat. So now they've already tied in two Marvel movies,
Yes.
kind of,
Yes.
to the series.
Well, I hear Spider-Man 3 is connecting to this in a sense. Yeah.
Well, everybody's
Or
in
no,
that
this
movie.
leads. No, actually, no. This leads to Doctor Strange 2, which
Strange.
leads to Spider-Man 3. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I actually
Oh, go
I
ahead.
actually think that it's going to be more of her being like trying to contain a blast. Like they know she's unstable and they're trying to keep her in there and figure out how to fix her without her. I don't know. You saw what she did to Geraldine.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and then they were like, Vision approaches the quote unquote neighbors and they're like, they're trying to keep their cover. So
Yeah.
I think it's interesting and I think it's easy to look at it that way. If Scarlet Witch, she's known for being unstable. So
Yeah.
Exactly. And
her MO.
so this is a question right here.
All
kind
right.
of
Look at
piggybacking
knowledge
on
right
the question that I asked Renes.
So,
there.
yeah, and of course,
Dang,
My
Trav,
fault,
I
man.
was talking.
yeah, I said my fault, bro.
No, you good, bro.
You're just real low compared to everybody.
Oh, I couldn't
Yeah, I
hear
mean,
him.
I thought
hard
his
to
mic. Yeah.
I'm low.
Yeah, compared to everybody
Well, I
else.
think your sound is going in and out. Is what it is. I
All
don't
right,
think he's
all right,
low.
what about now? What about now?
You didn't
You're
magically
okay.
get louder, dude.
Yeah, you're okay. I think it's your mic. It might
Now
be.
sometimes you'll start talking and we see your lips moving, but
Yeah,
you
that's what
don't
I'm
sound
saying.
right.
Don't look like he's connected. I don't know why.
I don't know. Like I mean, like on my screen, like everything is going well. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, man. You're fine now. I don't know. Back in that chair, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the question that I was trying to ask though was, now with seeing the ending of the episode, kind of piggybacking off of what I was asking Renes, do you think with the next episode that it's going to follow Geraldine and the people outside of the simulation in Westview, or do you think that it's gonna continue focusing on Wanda and Vision, starting with you, Trav?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying they won't go back to it, but obviously they end each episode on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're going to start the episode back in the real world. They'll just continue picking up where they left off. Honestly, I won't even be shocked if she's not even in the new episode, to be honest with you.
D?
I'm gonna piggyback off of what Trav just said. I definitely don't think they're gonna pick up with where she's at and everything. They might touch on it, but they're gonna slowly introduce some, more and more characters to the show. So I think they move close. I definitely think it's gonna revolve around the twins rapidly getting old at this point. I think that's gonna be the next focus. So
Does that happen in the comics? Because I know that.
well, in the comics, I'm not sure about
didn't know she was going to have twins.
Yeah, but I know if anything to do with the rapid like aging process or anything, but I know that her children are directly a part of Mephisto.
Right.
And that he comes to collect is what it is. So kind of like a deal with the devil. So I'm not really sure. I'm curious to see. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see what they're gonna do for the TV adaptation and what because Iron Man's a good example. Me and Banks have talked this, how they took multiple villains and scenarios and kind of molded them together. Are they going to do that here? I don't know. So they could. They've done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, Renes, you can follow us up.
Oh no, I think that they're gonna touch on it, but like nothing huge, like little hints in there, maybe a line or two referencing it. I don't think that it's gonna be a big part of the episode, at least next episode. I think that they might show a clip at the end when they cut back to the real world, and it's her like either being interrogated, or finding out some stuff, or maybe it's her saying something. Or they might have a clip at the end of the episode, I guess.
So
that.
Okay.
now, after hearing what you guys said, like I just had a theory of sorts. Like, do you guys think that this TV show is going to lead into the Doctor Strange movie? Like, do you think Doctor Strange is going to appear in the season finale and then it's just going to transition into his movie?
I will say that from what I've seen is that Doctor Strange, that Wanda is a big part of the Doctor Strange too. She's like the co-star. She's starring both of them.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it does. I mean, it kind of would make sense if they did it, with
They were
that
smart,
time.
they would.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it'll be direct overlaps, Banks, but I think it will get close. With her getting more money, more unstable, it seems like she'll fall right into the multiverse. Who knows? I mean, we know that the movie's coming. That's that, and then we know that she's going to grow more unstable. You got to figure she's going to find out what's going on at some point. How's she going to react to everything that's going on? So
I agree. Trav?
Yeah. And I don't think it's going to directly lead into it, but if they were smart, they would bring him in at the end at some point, even if they don't physically show like him full body face,
Or just like the front of his house, his building.
I was about to say, when Marvel will leave that clue and you're like, oh, I know who's coming. Kind
Yeah.
of deal.
Yeah, like they did with Thor in which one was it?
Yeah, they did it with Thor, and at the end of
Doctor Strange, right?
what was it?
Was it? Yeah, no, Thor, where he had the hammer. What was it?
Oh,
Iron Man 2?
yeah,
It was Iron Man 2 or
Yeah,
was
because
it
the
Captain
hammer
America?
was on Earth. The hammer was
Yeah.
on Earth, and they
Oh,
were
okay.
trying to get it. And then in
Mhm.
the Thor movie, because we see that like when we saw that in Iron Man 2, I believe like it was happening at the same time as the Thor movie or something like that, and then they picked it up in the Thor movie, I believe.
Yeah.
Been
And
a
that's what
long time.
introduced Hawkeye. Yeah, that's crazy.
It was something like that because I think the hammer fell to Earth, and then like everybody was trying to pick
Pick it
hammer
up, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Coulson shows up at the end, and it leads to Thor because what didn't Thor come out after Iron Man 2?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, all right.
I think it did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it came and before Captain America, right?
Yeah.
It came out before Cap. Yeah, because Cap was
Okay.
the last movie to come out.
So
and
then it was
then
definitely
Avengers.
Iron Man 2
Okay.
that
All
went
right.
down then. Okay.
So, guys, I don't know about y'all, but speaking of Thor, I got the same kind of vibes as the place they were holding Thor at when she threw her out of the little, I don't know what that is, a little prison thing for her.
Right, yeah.
But it seemed it reminded the same setting as Thor, like that little concentration camp thing they set up for him or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but
I
yeah.
don't know why, man. It's like I just get a lot of vibes watching this show, and it's like now I'm starting to think of Titus from Final Fantasy X. When spoiler alert.
Yeah. Just spoiler
at
alert.
the end of the game.
That's the oldest spoiler in the world, ain't it?
Hey, some
Spoiler
people
alert.
haven't played Final Fantasy.
I haven't.
See?
No.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, don't ruin it for me. God.
Uh-oh.
Well, Renes, if you would have hit us with a hold on Rondell, I would have stopped talking about it.
No, you can talk about it. I play Final Fantasy is a game that I just don't have the energy for. That's a game that you have to have a lot of like patience and stuff and
You do. It's
Time.
very strategic.
yeah. So that's like something I'll probably never play. And it's nothing
Final
against the
Fantasy
game.
10 is not strategic.
No. We're just talking about Final Fantasy in general. It's like you have to use
Maybe back
strategy.
then, but they haven't been strategic in a long time.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't
Go
say all
forward.
that, Trav.
That's it.
I'm just saying, but I mean, like all in all, starting with you, Renes, what is your overall rating for this episode?
This episode,
Yes.
I mean, I really liked the humor, the very cheesy, the thing with the stork and stuff like that. I really liked it. It was a very fun episode, and I know that it got dark real quick, and you see a bunch of I don't know. It's really cool to see Vision like goofy and unknowing
Yeah.
and like very innocent and very human. It's funny to see him like as a human, and
Yeah.
No, I liked it. I liked the show a lot. I'm gonna give it an 8 at least. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, yeah,
That's a really high score.
yeah. I'm really into the show. I'm really into the show. I'll be honest.
Like that. Let's
Huh?
put some respect on your name.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
All right, P.
I'm gonna ride with Renes and give it an 8. I like the acting. I like the sense of the humor, the blend of it, the jumping from errors. I think it picks up where the last two left off well. We're starting to get into the thick of it. You know, they did a good job. They didn't keep us in a sitcom thing for too long because that's gonna fade here soon.
Yeah,
To the show.
I agree with you on that.
I could see that this episode being the last one because I mean,
No,
Yeah,
they
it's not
really-
gonna last long.
No,
There's
'cause
no
they-
way.
Yeah, they still have the 80s and the 90s. So
do we need?
And they
do we
have
need
like a
Full
2000.
House? Do we need a Full House reference?
Oh yes, yes.
Probably
we
gonna
do.
get one,
Oh.
Trav. Now that you said something.
Oh man,
Probably.
I can't wait to see that '90s like sitcom version. It's gonna be great.
Mhm.
I love
Isn't
sitcoms.
I can't recall if I've seen this somewhere or not, but isn't John Stamos supposed to be making a cameo or something like that?
Hell
Dude,
no.
maybe, dude.
Hey,
let
he
me
has
tell
a
you something.
villain. He looks villain.
These Marvel things nowadays, man, you never know who's gonna be on
Nah, you
set.
do.
Like,
I don't. Hey, bro, he got to get that Greek yogurt. I tied up
Hey,
with Oast Coasts or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So, Trav, what do you get it? 1 out of 10. What do you give it?
Well, I mean, this. I don't
Here we go.
love this series. I don't hate the series. It's not like the Mandalorian.
hang on, let me grab my trash.
I'm not trying to trash it. I'm just saying, you know, when you watch the Mandalorian, bro, I could have waited till next episode. Now I'm like, all right, new episode next week. That's cool. I'm gonna watch it. I give it a 6 out of 10.
All right, I was about to say, don't get spoiled by the Mandalorian now, Trav.
yeah.
It'll be hard to top that show. That's apples and oranges right now.
I can guarantee you, Falcon and Winter Soldier is gonna not maybe
But
not
that's-
top it, but it's gonna
Yeah,
be equal.
it's you got to look at the outside. Look at what the king versus action. These are two different genres.
No,
It's hard to compare them. That's apples and oranges again.
The other
I
that-
agree with you on that. You can't compare the two.
I mean, just because it's two different genres doesn't mean you got to grade it accordingly.
But if you're
It-
into
it-
one more than the other, that's just how it goes.
Well, exactly, but that doesn't mean to trash it. I'm asking, look from the outside. If it's a drama, grade it as is it a good drama or a bad drama? For
So
example,
what is this then?
I have no idea, Trav. Let me get back to you next
I
episode.
think this is a whole new genre. This is a whole new genre. It's
Stop my
sitcom
case
drama.
now.
Yeah.
For me, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because I didn't like when Trav told me that it was bad. I was expecting it to be bad. But
I
then
said
when
it was me.
But
He
when
said,
but
"Yeah."
sometimes, but Trav, I mean, like you're the trash man, so it's just like you know.
And I
you-
ain't trash it, baby.
okay, hey, I'll give you that, but I mean, like I went into this thinking that it was going to be mad, and I thought that it got really good towards the end, and that's the reason why I give it
It
a
did.
7 out of 10. If it would have stayed just like the previous couple episodes, I probably would have gave it a lower score. But yeah, I think 7 out of 10 is good.
Yeah.
And also too, like, you know, just this week I did a review for Batwoman, and this episode, the 30 minutes of this was way better than watching the season 2 premiere of Batwoman.
Oh
for an hour.
no.
But who thought that Batwoman would be as good as this though? Like
I mean, I'm just
Banks
I mean,
had
who
hope.
lined up to see
I
Batman?
I had hopes because, like I said on my review, like I was a fan of Javicia from Godfriend and Me, and I was looking forward to checking out the premiere of Batwoman, even though I thought that it should have been canceled. And I mean, just watching it, like how you were saying about how Mandalorian made you feel like I can't wait to watch it again. Like when I watched Batwoman, I was just like, yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
Yeah. Renes, like, are you a fan of the Batwoman show?
I'm gonna be honest. I've only seen the pilot. I don't know what happens.
Hey,
I don't know what
you're
happened.
good.
What
That's-
No,
what
no.
happens?
That's
Why
all you
does
need
her
to-
character like? Why did she leave? Does anyone know?
Because all right, nobody knows. She said that it was because of injuries that she received on set and I believe other projects. But it's like, man, the ratings for that show were so bad. Like I
Yeah,
said,
she
like
had
I
to
said-
leave.
Like
I
I
was
said on
about
my
to-
review,
I think she just weighed her options, like you said. She had all these injuries and stuff, so she weighed how much I'm getting paid versus the harassment I'm going through, and people trashing the show. And it was like this. He was like, "I'm out."
I'm out.
I'll say that the season 1 premiere, it had a 1.8 million viewers for the season 1 premiere. For the season 2 premiere, it only had 668,000.
Oh,
yeah. So,
bro, that's a third.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So it's just like, and when season 1 was still on TV, like the ratings were going down like every week. Like a lot of people did not like the show because they tried to be woke, and it's like they were pushing like the lesbian stuff. It felt forced, and it's like I don't care what type of show it is. It's like if something feels forced, like people aren't gonna want to stick around and continue watching it. Like it has to feel
genuine.
It has to feel real. Just kind of like on what's the show, like Legends of Tomorrow, with Sarah Lance, Black Canary. Like it's like it didn't, like I didn't know that she was a lesbian until like later on in the show, but like it never felt forced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not like the focus of anything. It's just like something. Yeah.
Exactly. It felt natural, and that's what I love to see. Like if anything just feels for just like what we had talked about on the Flashpoint episode, not the Flashpoint. I think it was the Flash episode, but like the not Crisis on Infinite Earths. Which one was the one where they had
Earth X?
Earth X. Yeah, Earth X. Like when Captain Cold in that universe, when he was gay, and I'm just like, well, where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? It's like I know that the actor Wentworth Miller, I know that he's gay in real life, but it was just like this is a Captain Cold from a different universe, and it's just like where did this come from? You know what I'm saying? So,
but that's the beauty of the multiverse. That like if anything, that's what I'm like. Once they say multiverse, I'm like, okay, nothing's changed. It's just another version. Yeah, it's just another version of something. But if you change something, I get pissed. I get so angry. I'm like, why would you change this character up?
I get what you're saying, and that does make sense. I don't know. It just kind of came out of nowhere, and that's the thing that got me, because it's just like
it got you.
Yeah,
it got you.
It got
you.
I mean, but it didn't make me stop watching the episode. Or you know how some people can be like, some people will see that stuff and it's like they'll go online and like they'll bash it.
Oh
it's not bashable. It's just that it caught me off guard. You know what I'm saying? And,
it was kind of unnecessary. There was no point to it.
Yeah, that's what I mean about like stuff like just being natural. Like maybe if they would have played it up in the episode, because it's like I still thought like he was just the same like the Captain Cold on Earth 1. You know what I'm saying? But then like he kissed the dude, and I was just like, whoa, like where did this come from? You know? So,
yeah.
Gotta look at some details. I like, is this help push the story forward?
It did because it helped the Ray with the sacrifice or like
yeah.
Okay,
sorry to cut you off. My bad.
No. Hey, Renes, respect. I mean, it's been a long time since I watched, so it was good.
Hey, you know what I love though? We're talking about Marvel, and somehow, baby, DC takes over the conversation.
Paul about to chime in out of nowhere.
I love them both equally.
Wrong call. Sorry, guys. Wonder Woman's better. Just leave.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I mean, hey guys, great episode.
It's not even an episode, though.
Huh?
It's not even an episode.
What is this? I mean, this is an episode we're reviewing.
I don't know what we should call these.
They call it WandaVision episode 3 review.
Renes, that's what I was going to do. I don't know. What
I just mean in general. What should we call these?
You call it
weekly.
No, we need something cool,
reviews.
man.
You call it
We're leveling up with Benjamin Banks.
Yeah, that's right.
We need something cool. Yeah, that. We'll name it that.
I mean, it's like Trav, like you're putting all of us on the spot right now.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like what?
Kind of like when you ask somebody a random weird question.
Before we go, I do want to mention to you guys, I think Pietro, I think she's gonna be a Pietro from different. from
Yeah.
multiverse. I think that's how he's gonna get into this.
Yeah, I think.
for sure.
I mean, we talked about they haven't revealed who.
Evan
What's his name's
Peters.
playing?
Evan Peters is
Pretty
gonna be
obvious.
this, and they still haven't.
But he was Quicksilver in the X-Men.
That's
movie.
what I'm
a great Quicksilver. Such a great.
Yeah, he had one of the best parts in the movie to me. He was
Yeah.
pretty sick.
I saw some.
They
comments.
underused him.
I saw. Some
Yeah, but
comments.
he had when they blew up the mansion, he saved everybody.
Oh.
That was
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah. They
That was absolutely sweet.
they utilized them properly in Apocalypse. They underutilized them in Phoenix.
That's what I was talking about.
I
That's
agree.
the one I was talking
Like
about.
that. All right.
I was on the comment section somewhere where they said that the Quicksilver and the MCU was better than the one and the Foxverse, and
What?
said
yeah,
that?
it was crazy, and like
Hey, put them on blast. I
Yeah.
said it.
I don't remember who the person is, but like I was reading their comments and they just said that they felt that the one in the MCU was better because the one in the Fox universe, he just had cool moments, whereas the one in the MCU, his overall story was a lot better. And
But that
his
movie's
and
trash.
his sacrifice. Yeah, I mean, Age of Ultron wasn't like it's my least favorite Avenger movie, but I mean, like I got where they were coming from, but I don't think that
I like the look of the one in the MCU versus the one in the Fox one,
agree.
but I think
Yeah.
he had better moments, like y'all said.
Yeah.
If they put him, be better. The one in the MCU looks way more like Quicksilver than the other kid.
Yeah.
He just didn't look it.
That
That guy, he looked physique wise, he
Yeah,
looked like Quick.
yeah.
But the whole like lines and stuff, I'm good. Isn't that how you say, Trav? I'm good on that.
I'm good on that.
Yeah, I agree. But again, like I said, Renes, thank you for joining us on
Oh,
today's
man.
review.
Not a problem.
Before we wrap this up,
Man, thanks for
tell
joining us.
everybody in social media land where they can find Mr. Renes Rivera at.
Easily on Instagram at Renes Rivera, on Twitter at Renes Rivera, and on Snapchat if you have that still at Renes Rivera. And yeah, I mean, I think Facebook.
Go ahead and say it at Renes Rivera. Just
No,
say it.
I'm not sure if it is at Renes Rivera. It might be the Renes R. I'm not sure. I don't really use the Facebook like that. So pretend like I don't have it, guys. I never mentioned Facebook. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
We'll cut this part out.
What
Just cut
about MySpace? At Renes Rivera.
Oh no. My MySpace was myspace.com/bigsexy73.
Damn right it was. You're
Yeah.
damn right it was. Hell yeah.
Big
Yeah.
Sexy 73.
73
Big
was
sex.
my jersey number. You know, I'm a lineman, so like, of course.
Yeah. Big
Heard
sexy
Big Sexy
73.
73.
Woo, woo.
Yeah, yeah,
One half of Big Man Inc. There we go.
yeah.
D, tell them where they can find you at, man.
That's gonna be rebellious _D23 at Instagram.com.
Rebellious.
Rebellious.
That's the evil twin right there.
Yeah, that's Michael.
Trav.
You know, you can find me on Instagram at ZK Audio, or you come get these hands on that PlayStation, baby, at TravioSZK.
And you can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook by typing in Benjamin Banks, and I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Make sure that you follow all of the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks. That's on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you're feeling generous and would love to donate to us, at Leveling Up Banks on Patreon. And also, remember, please like, comment, and subscribe, share. Keep up with your boys. Hit that bell so that way that you can be notified every time we have an episode. And with that being said,
And check out our podcast down below.
yeah, check out the podcast too. We release new episodes every Tuesday. Thanks, D, for plugging that in. I love that. And
No
That's
question.
what she said.
and yeah, with that being said, thank you everybody for watching this review, and we'll see you next week. My birthday's next Tuesday, and yeah, I'm gonna celebrate it. So I'm out of town right now.
Hell yeah.
And,
We know. Me and Trav know. If nobody else know, babe.
and I'm ending this video like this, baby. Hey. See you next time.